Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new battle report, Warhammer 40,000. I will play with my Genestealer cult, again, an army of Salamanders. So we are going to see the new supplement of Salamanders, how it works, and I will use the Genestealer cult with the miniatures I have. So yeah, we are going to play 2,000 points, and the game we are going to play is, or the mission we are going to play is Tactical Cascade. The deployment is the one that you see here, is the frontline assault. So we are going to play this mission as you see here. This deployment. So as you can see here, this is the army I'm going to play. I'm going to play with two detachments that are battalions and one auxiliary detachment. I want to just to see how the Ambull plays. Looks quite fun to combine this with the Genestealer core, but just most likely it's not worth to pay this common point that I have to pay for to put him. But I find, well, as I painted it recently, I wanted to use it. So I will have as a character the Patriarch, who is going to be my Warlord, and is going to be the hard-hitting guy. I will have a Magus, a Primus, and a Bobinan. And then from the elites, I will, first from the troops, I will have 2 units of 6 Acolyte hybrids, 1 unit of Neophyte hybrids, and then on the other detachment I will have 3 units of Brute Brothers infantry squad. In the elites, I will have 1 big unit of Aberrants, 8 of them. I had to buy 5 more to complete the 4 that I had from the Overkill. Then I have 2 units of Purse-trained Genestealers. These are all my elites, not more elites for me. And I don't have any fast attack unit. And then I have 3 Lehman Russes, as you can see in the picture, and a Chimera. 3 Lehman Russes as a heavy support and a Chimera. So you can imagine, to have the battalions, I need 6 troops, and the 4 characters, and the other things are more optional. So let's go to the deployment. I had to deploy first. My opponent was deploying second, so I was planning to have the front. So I just put all the beats on the table to be ready for to more or less what I want. I wanted to use the buildings to protect my Lehman Russes at the beginning, to have some shooting. I want to soften a little bit my opponent, and then when it's softened, I will try to come in turn 2 for the close. So you can see this is my side of the board. And then on the other side, he cast everything here on the building. There was a flyer on his right flank, and then he was in the left flank with the assault squad. So, and yeah, he rolled for seizing the initiative, and he seized the initiative. And this means that I have to resist 2 rounds of shooting before I have my my units on the board, right? Because he will have first turn and second, and we will go first on the second turn. So we go to turn 1. He just advanced, keeping the Devastators, a unit of keeping Devastators and a unit of tactical marines in the building in the center. He advanced in the left with the Rhino and the assault squad, and then in the middle he put just the Vindicator to give some shooting support. Yeah, this is the look. When I know that he was winning the initiative, I used the stratagem to be able to move 3 of my Blitz 12 inches, so I wanted to leave the Vindicator out of range. And this is how I used the Blitz, and this is after using the Blitz how my army was deployed. Okay, so you can see I use the building to try to give protection to the Lehman Russes from his first round of shooting. He has quite a good amount of last cannon, so I want to survive a little bit and be able to return the firepower. and this is just to resist until I have my assault, because this is more or less half of my army points as well. So you can see here. Yeah, and this is the flyer. I forgot to mention he was advancing in the other flank quite aggressively with the flyer, try to put some shooting on my units. So this flyer is going to be my headache, because I don't have good solutions for flyers. And after his run of shooting, he almost killed all my neophytes with all the shooting from the Stormhawk, sorry, and he almost killed one Lehman Russ. Lehman Russ was with one wound remaining. Okay, and this is the other flank where he advanced with the Space Marine. So, yeah, not too bad casualties for me. Can be worse, but yeah, with the Devastators are quite nasty. And this additional -1 to the AP, it's also bad for me. And as well, yeah, all these rules from the Salamanders that they can have repeat one roll to hit and one roll to wound, and this is also creating them, making them quite reliable. But yeah, this here we go to my turn. So I just need to move my Chimera to take the objective that was in that ruins, and I just move a little bit my Lehman Russes to give more space. I know the Lehman Russ that is wounded is going to die. Next turn, because he's only with one wound remaining. And yeah, I wanted to just to see if I can damage the Stormhawk. I wanted to save the neophytes using 2 command points, and then I use another command point to return D6 neophytes, because I only had the mining laser survive, so I managed to bring back another mining laser, the 2 grenade launchers, and the leader of the unit. So I don't know what's the best, but what I want to do is to do some shooting. In all my shooting, I managed to kill. He was very, very lucky with the saves. I only managed to kill with my Lehman Russes 4 Marines, 4 Devastators. I wanted to obliterate the Devastators, I didn't manage to do that. And then the 2 guys with the mini laser managed to hit on the Stormhawk, but then one failed to wound, and he saved the other laser. He rolled the 6 on the roll to save it, what was quite unfortunate. So at the end, I didn't manage to do wounds on the Stormhawk, and I did not and managed to kill only 4 Devastators. This was all the damage I managed to do. Too low the damage, to be fair. I was expecting more from the Lehman Russes. I had to use another command point to boost the wounded Lehman Russ, so I was using this as it was profiled with 0 wounds. And this is the position here. So this flyer is going to be a pain for me. I don't have good tools to deal with it. And yeah, and this is the look from the other side. So you can see here at the bottom of the screen, there is the units of assault marines, and in the middle there is the shooting units. And he moved with the intercessors to be able to capture the objective in the middle. Yeah, he scored his 2 objectives. I scored my 2 objectives. So this first round we were 1-1, and nobody managed to do first strike. Yeah, this was the other side, just to show that the Rhino with the tactical marines inside, and the other half of the assault marines were coming from the other on the other flank. We go to the turn 2. This is where my reserve will come in the battle. So turn 2, the flyer is getting closer and closer to my position. Okay, so it's going. It's just in the middle of my deployment zone, and he just dropped the dreadnought, as you can see, before moving. So because he has to hold the objective that is in these runes, so he sets up the dreadnought to be able to protect the objective. Between the shooting, he killed, you can see the Chimera is not anymore there. He killed the Chimera between the shooting of the flyer and the shooting of the dreadnought. The dreadnought will have a multi-melter. He also killed the other Lehman Rus, so he killed the two vehicles in this shooting phase. And he killed here and there some of the infantry guys, but not too much. Okay, and the Rhino is there, hiding, so he's just using this building to hide his advancement. And then it came my turn, and I start pulling the Genestealers out. I put all my reserve into the battle except the Aberrants. I wanted to keep the Aberrants because also his Terminators were in reserve. So I just want to keep my Aberrants in case I need additional help in some points. So I charge with the Genestealers into the Librarian and the, how it's called is the Intercessors. And then my other unit of Genestealers assault the Litwant. So I want to clean up this building there, where there is also another last cannon, and I want to try to have control of the middle of the board. And also, of course, also the dreaded Ambul. In turn 1, I put him out of the battle. I put him on tunneling, and he appeared together with the Genestealers. He was shot out because he was shot by a last cannon with the special stratagem. So he is with 2 wounds remaining. And here is my charges. You can see another picture of the charge. And on the other side, I had to hold the objective that is in this building in the middle. So I just put there a unit of hybrids. I put the Abomination, and I put my boss. Okay, I wanted to use the psychic powers of the boss to try to damage, to see if I can damage the flyer, and I only managed to scratch 2 wounds on the flyer. But the main point was try to protect the objective, as I have to defend this objective, and I really want to see if I was able to score it. And here I just keep my units in stationary, try to protect. So what happened is I used the psychic powers that was giving. I had to use 3 psychic powers at least, so I used also the psychic powers from the familiars, and I used the mind control with the last cannon. I managed to wound his own Vindicator, and the Vindicator was finished off with the shooting of my Lehman Russes. Then the other ones tried to kill the last Devastator without success, and to be fair, the other shooting was quite disappointing. I did not manage to do damage with the other shooting, so the rest of the shooting was not relevant, and only the only positive thing is that I managed to kill the Vindicator. Here I try to move them. I wanted to use the flamer and try to kill or to damage the assault squad that was also attacking this flank. I know that this unit will have problems to resist the dreadnought, but this objective, they are only there to slow down the dreadnought and also try to do some damage on the assault squad. So in the combat phase, it was quite disappointing for me. So I make a mistake. I should have activated first the unit of 15 and Genestealers. I was not expecting him to interrupt. So I activate first the unit of 11 Genestealers. I killed the elite one. And then he activated his... He used 2 common points to activate his Intercessors. The Intercessors attack on my Genestealers, killing 3 or 4 of them. I was quite surprised. Then I attacked back, and I only managed to kill 1 Intercessor in my attacks back, so I was really disappointed. And I'm only scratched, I think I only scratched 1 wound on the Librarian. So my Genestealers, my big unit of Genestealers did nothing almost. and this is a game changer. So I was expecting them to hit harder. I managed to score all my objectives. So from this side I was happy. I was ahead on objective points, but I was concerned because I did not hit as hard as I wanted. And we go to turn 3. Now we have almost all the units on the battlefield. Only the Terminators have to come, and as well my Aberrants. So the veterans and Vulcan disembark from the Storm Riven, and they move to the middle of my deployment zone. The Dreadnought face the Blood Brothers, and then the other unit of assault just went to try to finish the Neophytes. Here you can see they are really closing up. So also the assault marines close up where are my Lehman Russes and on my middle of the board. And the Terminators will appear where you see the green die. Okay, so everything will go try to destroy my middle deployment zone. Here just the tactical marines disembark and want to kill a unit of 6 hybrids. The 6 hybrids were there just to score the objective in the previous turn. Okay, so I was needing that for a point. I will lose the hybrids most likely in the shooting, but they are quite cheap, so I'm not very concerned. And then the shooting of the Dreadnought only managed to kill, I think, one of the Blood Brothers that were in front. But all the shooting combined killed the 2 Lehman Russes, the 2 units of hybrids, and they destroyed completely my Genestealer. So my unit of big Genestealer was completely obliterated. So at this moment I was realizing that I have my forces were very thin. I lose almost all my infantry. I only had, after this turn, I only have the Aberrants surviving, the 4 characters, and a unit of Genestealers. So you can see here the Batman. Okay, and this is going to go close. So as I said, here we have the Terminators. Yeah, and this the flyer was also making a lot of pain to me. You can see one Lehman Russ survived, but yeah, one Lehman Russ also survived, but the other Lehman Russ was destroyed. Okay, so we have here more pictures, and this is how they get closer and closer. And this is at the end of the close combat, right? After the close combat and all the shooting, you can see Lehman Russ is out, hybrids out, and I only have here my Patriarch and the Abomination. I managed almost to kill all of the veterans, on one veteran surviving, but yeah, here is looking quite bad. At least my Patriarch is still with 5 wounds. Yeah, this is looking from a different angle. And in this side, yeah, my Blood Brothers were still alive. And here, yeah, you can see all my Genestealers, the big unit of Genestealers have been destroyed. At least the unit of 11 Genestealers have killed the elite one, are in fight with the tactical marines. They are still surviving, and let's see if they can at least clean up the building. So my Genestealers did not hide, did not strike very hard. So I just killed the Devastator, and they are still in combat with the unit of 5 tactical marines. And here it was just my turn 3. So I just put the Aberrants. I was needing to score the objective there, but yeah, I was hesitating where to put the Aberrants. Really, I was needing the Aberrants everywhere in the battlefield, so they only can be one. So I thought that the Aberrants will be able to kill a Dreadnought in one go. So I have 4 hammers in these Aberrants. And you know what happened? I only managed to scratch 3 wounds to him, or 4 wounds. So he was surviving with 3 wounds because he was already wounded before with some low strength weapons. The Ambul charge on the Librarian, and here I was not very lucky neither. So the Ambul failed all the attacks on the Librarian. Not fail. He hit with all the attacks, and he failed to wound with all the attacks except one. And on top, the Librarian did the save of a 6. So I did 0 wounds to the Librarian, and the Librarian killed me. Killed the Ambul back. So this was a really also very unfortunate. Yeah, this is another picture. At least the Genestealers on the building were killing all the tactical marines except one. Yes, and here, my Patriarch managed to kill the last veteran and kill one assault marine. I was also very unlucky here. I flopped also all the attacks against the assault marines. So yeah, turn 3 was very bad for me. The things was not looking good. And and at the end of this turn, I just had the 4 characters and some Genestealers and the Aberrants mainly. So you can see the Aberrants there. They were not able to kill the Dreadnought. And he has a lot of forces. So he still have the tactical marines. He still have the Storm Raven and the Terminator. So it's going to look quite difficult for. It's going to be very difficult for me to get the battle back. So we went to the turn 4. So you can see here I just moved the Primus and the Magus next to the Genestealer to give some protection. And here is the situation on the other side. I think it was still alive with 3 wounds or something like that. We go to turn 4. And turn 4, he was killed at the end of in the combat phase. Yeah, he hit him with the pistols, and then he was finished in the combat phase. Here, the Aberrants managed to kill the Dreadnought, but my brothers are going to be killed by the Soul Marines. And this is what I was explaining. So at the end, I only have 2 Aberrants surviving, and they were in fight with the Assault Marines. At least, these are the only 2 survivors I have in this part of the battlefield. You can see here, as explained, they killed the Abomination, they killed the Patriot. And I don't show it here, so these were the only survivors from my army, because they also killed the Genestealer, the Magus, and the Primus. So at this moment I give up. There was no sense to continue the battle. I only have 2 miniatures on the battlefield. Turn 5, he will kill them all very easily. He only needs to kill 2 Aberrants. So it was a crushing victory at the end for the Salamanders. There was a moment in the battle that was very balanced, but I think in turn 2, the mistake with the Genestealers and then not being able to do enough damage to him was very decisive in the battle. Also as well, the Storm Raven, I need a tool. I need to check what I can do to deal with flyers, because they are really very difficult to deal with the Genestealer cult. So the flyers is something that I need to check how to do it better against them, and because he really make a lot of punishment on my units. He was each turn doing the 6 wounds of the 2 missiles. He never missed that. He was doing a lot of damage with the assault cannon, the heavy bolter and the hurricane bolters all turns. He was really punishing a lot my army with the Storm Raven. And then in first turn, the Devastators did some damage to the beginning, but was not that much. But I think this mobility of the Storm Raven plus and then to flop against the Intercessors was also very bad. So, but that's all. So, it was a crushing victory for the Salamanders. It was a very enjoyable game. It takes long because we were new with the armies, so I have to go back and forth to check the armies. But at the end, I enjoyed a lot the battle. It was a very entertaining afternoon, and I don't regret at all to play with the Genestealer cult. I think I will keep playing with them. try to learn more about the Genestealer cult. It's an army that looks very interesting, looks different from the other ones, with a lot of character, and I think it's going to be an interesting army to keep playing with. And that's all for now. So I hope you have enjoyed this battle report. Please give a like if you have enjoyed. Let me know what do you think. And if you have advices to play with the Genestealer cult, please let me know in the comments below. It's going to be interesting for me as I want to learn and to improve on that. So as I said, that's all for now. As usual, thanks a lot for watching and see you again later. Bye.